You need to prove it.
Hudson and Rex Season 8 is officially happening, and yes, John Rearden is coming back. After months of fear, confusion, and unanswered questions, fans are finally getting the moment they've been waiting for. But don't get too comfortable, because Charlie's return, it doesn't feel right. Something is off. And what we're about to uncover could change the entire future of the series. The final episode of Season 7 didn't end. It vanished, just like Charlie. He left to follow Jack to Rio Nuevo, chasing a lead, chasing danger, maybe chasing redemption. And then, nothing. No confirmation, no body, no goodbye, just a broken team, a devastated Sarah, and a loyal Rex, waiting for a partner who may never return. The official report called him missing. The fans feared the worst. But deep down, none of us could accept that, because Hudson and Rex without Charlie isn't Hudson and Rex at all. And behind the scenes, things were even more complicated. John Rearden wasn't missing from our screens because the writers had moved on. He was fighting a real-life battle against cancer, tonsil cancer, the kind of battle that doesn't play out in scripted scenes or dramatic cliffhangers. It plays out in hospitals under fluorescent lights while the world outside keeps spinning. That's why we didn't see him much in Season 7. That's why it felt like something wasn't being said, because it wasn't. But John didn't stay silent. On Christmas Eve, he shared the truth with us all. In a post that broke our hearts and gave us hope, he revealed that he had completed treatment and he was finally free. Cancer-free. After months of recovery pain and quiet strength, he stepped back into the spotlight, not just as an actor, but as a survivor. That post wasn't just a health update, it was a message, a promise he was coming back. And yet, when you go back and watch the Season 7 finale, there's this eerie feeling that the show itself wasn't sure what to do next. Sarah looks strong on the outside, but her words don't match the fire we're used to. Rex plays fetch with Mark like nothing happened. And Mark? Let's talk about him for a second. Because if you think his timing is just a coincidence, think again. Mark enters the story right when Charlie vanishes. He comforts Sarah. He takes care of Rex. He even volunteers to search for Charlie in Rio. And when he returns, he tells everyone that Charlie took a bullet, fell into the water, and couldn't be found. That's it, no real proof. Just a nice, clean story from the newest guy on the team. Suspicious, right? Especially since he suddenly has Rex by his side and a strange closeness to Sarah that no one expected. Was he being honest, or was he covering something up? That question lingers like fog, because in Season 8, Charlie's return won't be a simple reunion. It will be the start of a mystery that stretches deeper than anyone imagined. If he's alive, and he is, why hasn't he come back yet? Why has Sarah moved on so quickly? Why is Mark so perfect? These aren't random character choices, they're part of something bigger. And John Rearden's real-life journey only makes this next chapter more powerful. Because Charlie didn't just disappear, he was protecting something, maybe someone. And now, with his return, confirmed it's time to face the fallout. When Charlie. Hudson finally returns in Season 8. Don't expect the same man who used to joke with Jesse, solve puzzles with Sarah, and run beside Rex like nothing could touch him. This Charlie has been through hell. Whether he was undercover captured or faking his death for a reason none of us can yet understand, he's not coming back whole. And that's exactly what the show wants us to feel. Because Season 8 isn't about going back to normal. It's about everything not being the same. Charlie's silence wasn't just survival, it was sacrifice. And when he walks through those doors again, he's walking into a team that's changed in his absence. Sarah is no longer just the forensic pathologist who loved him. She's a woman who had to lead to grieve, to stand tall while quietly breaking inside. Jesse has had to be the glue keeping spirits high while questions went unanswered. And Rex? Rex may be the most loyal of them all, but even he has spent months adapting to a new handler, a new rhythm, a new bond. That bond with Mark. And this is where things get messy. Because while fans have tried to warm up to Mark, the truth is, we don't trust him. Maybe it's the timing. Maybe it's the too perfect smiles. Maybe it's the way he stepped in like a replacement when we never asked, for one. But more than that, it's the feeling that he knows more than he's saying. That he's hiding something about Charlie's disappearance. And if Charlie suspects that too, Season 8 could turn from a reunion into a reckoning. Imagine Charlie trying to reclaim his place while watching someone else sit in his chair, walk his dog, and talk to the woman he still loves. That's not a comeback. That's a war. A silent one full of glances, tension, and buried truths. And the most heartbreaking part? Charlie might not even be able to stay, because if what he did during those missing months, wherever he was, whatever lines he crossed, if it comes back to haunt him, he might have to leave again. Not because he wants to, but because he has to. And Rex? Rex will be forced to choose between the man who raised him and the one who stood by him when the world collapsed. Season 8 isn't just about what happened to Charlie, it's about what happens after. It's about betrayal, loyalty, and whether the people we fight to come home to are still waiting or have already moved on. There's something off about Mark. Ever since he showed up, he's been a little too perfect, saying the right things, gaining Rex's trust, and sliding into the team like he's always belonged. But fans have noticed the cracks. The moments where he hesitates, the times his eyes flicker just a second too long when someone mentions Charlie. And now, as Season 8 begins to unfold, a dangerous question rises to the surface. Did Mark know Charlie was alive all along? Or worse, was he involved in the cover-up? It's a chilling possibility. Because if Mark helped hide the truth, then his bond with Rex wasn't just convenience, it was manipulation. It was control. And that makes everything we've seen between him and the team feel like a lie. Sarah, who finally began to open up again, Jesse, who defended him, when others doubted they'll be left devastated. But the real betrayal might not come from Mark himself. It could come from someone higher up, a secret operation, a classified mission, orders that Charlie couldn't disobey. And maybe Mark was placed on the team to keep them in the dark, to watch, to report. That changes everything. It turns Season 8 into more than just a mystery. It becomes a slow-burning conspiracy. One where the people we trust the most are the ones pulling strings behind closed doors. And if Charlie uncovers it, he won't just be risking his career. To reveal the truth, he'll be risking his life. Because some secrets aren't meant to come out. Some lies are buried so deep, exposing them could bring down everything. And what if Charlie doesn't survive this time? What if the man we just got back is already in danger again? Season 8 is setting the stage for something explosive. A betrayal that will fracture the team, test Rex's loyalty, and force Sarah to make the hardest choice of her life. Stand by Charlie and fight the system, or lose him again forever. The sirens are silent. The city lights blur past like ghosts. In this moment, time isn't ticking forward. It's collapsing. Every second feels like a countdown, but to what no one knows yet. All we see is Rex running harder than ever. His paws hit the ground with raw determination, his instincts locked in on one scent, one goal. Charlie. Somewhere out there in the shadows of this city, the man everyone thought was dead is waiting to be found. Or saved. Or buried again. And Rex is the only one who can reach him in time. But this isn't just about rescue anymore. It's about trust. About a team on the brink of breaking. Because while Rex races forward, the rest of the squad is unraveling behind him. Sarah is torn. She's seen the footage, she's heard Charlie's voice. Meanwhile, Jesse and Mark are clashing. Again. Jesse doesn't trust him, and Mark's silence is making things worse. There's a file on Mark's laptop, encrypted, hidden, but not enough to keep Jesse out. What he finds nearly breaks him. Reports of sightings long before Charlie's official return. Classified communications with someone codenamed Phoenix. And a list of names. People who have vanished just like Charlie, only to reappear with no memory or total obedience. Mark tries to explain, but it's too late. The team is in freefall. And while they argue, while they try to piece together the web of lies and double crosses, Rex charges toward the one thing that matters, the truth. The final chase leads them to an abandoned military facility outside the city. It's overgrown, rusted, forgotten by most. But Rex knows. He pauses at the gate, ears twitching, eyes locked ahead. Inside, the air is thick with tension. Footsteps echo, a faint cough, and then a voice. Rex? It's hoarse. Broken, but unmistakable. Charlie steps into the light thinner, weathered but alive. Rex bolts toward him, tail wagging, whimpering with relief. And for a second, it's all okay. Charlie kneels down, hugging the dog like he never left. But the reunion doesn't last. A shot rings out. The team bursts in. Mark yells, "Get down," but it's too late. A figure appears behind Charlie, armed calm. and wearing a patch that matches a symbol from Mark's secret file. "You weren't supposed to come back," the man says. "You were supposed to disappear," and just like that, everything changes. The man raises his weapon, but Rex lunges, knocking him off balance. A scuffle erupts. Sarah grabs Charlie, dragging him to cover. Jesse cuffs the attacker while Mark finally steps forward, gun-drawn eyes filled with guilt. He was part of the program, Charlie whispers. We all were. That's when it comes out. Charlie wasn't just missing. He was taken. Recruited into an off-the-books government operation that faked his death, reprogrammed his memory, and used him to carry out missions no one could trace. But something went wrong. Charlie remembered. And now he's running not just from the people who created the program, but from what he was forced to do while under their control. He doesn't just want redemption, he wants to shut the whole thing down. But that means exposing names, missions, and people in power who would rather see him dead than disgraced. The team has a choice. Help Charlie go public and become targets themselves, or stay quiet and let him vanish again. Sarah is the first to speak. "We're not losing you twice." But just then Mark lowers his weapon. He's not pointing it at the enemy. He's pointing it at Charlie. "I'm sorry," he says, voice cracking. "I didn't know it would go this far." Jesse grabs his arm, yelling, but Mark steps back. He's not the villain. Not entirely. He was a handler, assigned to watch the team, to keep them in line in case Charlie resurfaced. And now he's torn between duty and friendship. In a single moment, Mark makes his decision. He fires a warning shot at a shadow approaching from behind. A second. Operative, hidden in the trees. The enemy retreats. For now. But it's clear they'll be back. This isn't over, it's just beginning. The final minutes of the episode are quiet. The team returns to HQ shaken but together. Charlie is given a safe house. Sarah sits beside him, holding his hand, tears in her eyes. Rex rests his head in Charlie's lap, eyes finally closing. But even in this moment of calm, the danger looms. Because Charlie has files. Evidence. And with that evidence comes a target on their backs. The program isn't dead. It's watching. And someone somewhere just gave the order. Erase everything. So what happens next? Will Charlie testify? Will Sarah and the team be forced to go on the run? Can Mark be trusted to stay on their side? Or will he be forced to betray them all over again? And Rex, if it comes down to it, will Rex protect his old master or the new one he's grown to love? One thing is certain. Season 8 has only scratched the surface. The secrets go deeper. The lies are darker, and the danger is closer than anyone realizes. Because in this world, the past never stays buried. And sometimes, when you dig too deep, you don't just find the truth, you find something waiting to pull you under. Now that everything is on the table, there's only one thing left to ask: what's next for Hudson and Rex? With Charlie finally back and Rex missing, the writers have opened a dangerous new chapter. The cartel storyline isn't over. In fact, it might just be getting started. We still don't know exactly what happened during Charlie's time away. Who helped him? Who hunted him? And what did he have to do to survive? His return may have saved the team, but there's something darker in his eyes now, something unresolved. And Rex disappearing right as Charlie steps back into the station? That's no coincidence. It almost feels like Rex is the one being hunted now. Season 9 could be the most intense season yet, filled with hidden enemies, questions of loyalty, and a new kind of war that hits closer to home. The team isn't whole without Rex, and the viewers won't rest until he's found. So as we wait for the official announcement of Hudson and Rex Season 9, one thing is clear: this story isn't over. Not by a long shot. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe our channel for more updates. Thanks.